Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday, kings and queens. Y'all come on in. Hey, y'all. Happy Sunday, everybody. Y'all come on in, hit the like button. And make sure you share the video. Happy Sunday, everybody. Y'all come on in. Yep, we are super late. I don't know if Tan is going to come on or not. Hey, y'all. Hey, Leonica. Leonica says, Happy Sunday, Tan and Carol liked and shared. Thank you, Queen. Queen Vanita says, hello, two chicks in chat family. Hope everyone had a most enjoyable Sunday liking and sharing in South Carolina. Thank you. Hey, Queen Jerlene. She says, hey, Carol and Tan, happy Sunday. And hello to all in the chat. Hey, Queen Tammy. Tammy says, hello, everyone. Hey, Queen Tasha. Tasha says, hello, everybody. Is it intern therapist? I hope I said it right. They say happy Sunday. Hey, Queen Lisa. Lisa says, hey, everybody. Hey, Jones girl. She says, happy Sunday, Miss Carol and Tan. Hey, Miss Wilkins. She says, hey, Carol. Happy Sunday, everybody. Y'all come on in and hit the like button. And late tonight. I forgot tomorrow, Memorial Day. I forgot it's the Memorial Weekend holiday. I'm thinking it's next week. Hey, Queen Janet. She says, good evening, Carol and everyone, and happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, Queen. Thank you. She says, I liked and shared. Hey, Marcellus. He says, hey, Queen, good to see you. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend. It's been all right. Hey, Christy. Christy says, hey. Leonica says, hey, Marcellus. Hey, Edith. Edith says, hi there. Melody, hey, Queen. She says, hot and mosquito. Not they biting already in California. Marcella says, hey, Leonica. Hey, Stephanie. Stephanie says, hey, Carl. Hey, Leonica. And hey, everyone in the chat. Leonica says, hey, Stephanie. Hey, Adrian. She says, looking for a gig or something I could do at night once the kids are in bed. I work full time during the day. Are you looking for a part-time job, Queen? Or are you looking for a side hustle? Let me know in the chat. Hey, Hustling Helen. She says, hey, everybody. I liked and shared. Thank you, Queen. Hey, Nick. Nick says hello to all. Hey, Lene. Lene says, hey. I know you mean Cara, not Tan. She says liked and shared. Leonica says, hey, Helen. And she says, hey, sis, Lene. I don't know if Tan, I think Tan might be sleepy, everybody. I really don't know. I've been ringing her phone. She's not answering. And then it's kind of late. And y'all already know Tan goes to bed early. So I don't think, but I could be wrong, but I don't think she's going to come on here tonight. I don't think so. But I might be wrong. Lene, she says, hey, Leonica, sis. Tinder says, hi, ready to find something since these kids are out of school. So Tinder, let me ask Queen, are you looking for jobs or are you looking for side gigs and side hustles? You sleep. She said, hey, Kurt, my bad. I'm over here half asleep, laugh out loud. Yeah, I'm on here kind of late tonight. So I don't expect for people to come on because I forgot it is Memorial Weekend. Tinder, so you're looking for jobs, what type? Christy, she says jobs, what type? Adrian says side hustles, don't want to commit to a set schedule. And you said at home, right, Adrian? I think you said when the kids are asleep. Trina, not finding anything, must be my resume. Question, Queen, are you sending the same resume to every single job that you apply for? So Tinder, on this video, I do have a lot of healthcare jobs in today's video. But you are more than welcome, Queen, to look at the videos that have gone up in the previous weeks. We've been posting a lot of non-phone, if non-phone is your thing. Leonica says, also, Carol wants to mention that KWCSS is all year round. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on, Leonica. It's all year round week. Okay. So Christy, we post a lot of non-phone. So if you want to go back, look at the video today. It's non-phone. I've been dropping non-phone, Queen, for the last, probably for the last month. Whatever, Teresa. You could tell I ain't breaking up. It ain't cracking up. It ain't what, turning slow. Trina, she says, yes, I am. Okay, Trina, that's a no-no, Queen. So prime example, you wouldn't send a customer service resume and you're trying to apply to a data entry job. Make sense? So therefore, you must change your resume to fit the job description. So Tan has several resume live stream videos, and let me go and find them. Look at one of her videos, Queen. I'm going to put it here in the chat so you can take a look. She kind of gives like a breakdown step by step on how to put the resume together using the keywords. So I'm going to stick it here in the chat. And when you get a chance, Queen, just take a look at it. It's not that long. Either says, I prefer a remote job in Las Vegas, Nevada, no typing test. You want customer service, Queen? That may be hard to find, Edith, because I don't really look at like the job descriptions when I'm looking for jobs. All I look for is remote, non-phone, phone, beginner friendly, healthcare. Like what type? But I cannot promise you that you won't have to take that typing test, Queen. But my suggestion on the typing test, I would say maybe try this company here, typingtest.com, where you can practice on your typing. If you just feel like your typing is not the best, practice, Queen. That's all you got to do. Practice makes perfect. I had to do that with some of the jobs that I was applying to. So Queen Lene, she has a testimony. Dscout $20 for banking and they paid me twice for $40 and Amazon Flex. She says she has $58 today. All right, girl. Congratulations. Thank you, Lene. Congrats to you, Queen. So Queen Lene is one of the queens that does a lot of side gigs and side hustles. And this one here, D-Scout, this is a good one. I am going to go and get the link if anybody here is interested in applying to this company. No resume, no interview. Basically, you are doing different types of tasks. It's like a task-based site. So I'm going to get the link, put it here in the chat if anybody is interested in this one. And if anybody else has any good news that they want to share, we do have a lot of new kings and queens here in the chat. So y'all be sure to drop those testimonies here in this chat. Leonica says, hey, Teresa. April says a non-phone side hustle after my 9 to 5. Surveys, Queen. D-Scout is a good one. And you said non-phone. I was going to say telephone mystery shop, but you said non-phone. I would say survey sites, gaming apps, D-Scout, task-based sites, user interviews is another good one. I'm going to put a list of side hustles here in the chat. Christy says, okay, I will. No problem. Queen Tender says, okay. Leonica says, and the VPN cannot be turned on when applying because the website has a screener. Got that info from my manager. Okay, Leonica. Teresa says, hey, Leonica. Agent says yes, or work from home or something on the weekend during the lunch hour. So take a look, Queen, at the side gigs and the side hustles that I just dropped in the chat. Leonica says, congrats, sis. Hey, Miss Shanice. She says, hello, Carol and Side Hustle family. Hey, Stephanie. Stephanie says, hey, y'all. Teresa, that is the call center that Leonica is working for. They do the survey. It's like a survey interviewer. So I did a video on that one a couple of days ago. Jones Girl says, I need something for beginners, please. I'm a stay-at-home mom and I don't have any experience in customer service settings. I had experience with customer service in retail and grocery stores. Okay. So you have experience, Queen. You just don't have work from home experience. But look at these beginner-friendly companies. You have what we call transferable skills. So those are customer service skills. Retail, working in the grocery store, you had to deal with customers, people. Those skills would transfer over to work from home. Leonica says that is her survey job, Teresa. Hey, Autism Mommy. Thank you, Queen. Autism Mommy says show some love. Hit the like button and make sure you go and share the video. Leonica says, hey, Autism Mommy. Teresa says, thanks. Jones Girl says, I'm in Alabama, preferably remote, Miss Carol, and thank you. So everything that we do here, Jones Girl, as far as jobs are concerned, they are remote. But the side gigs and the side hustles, like the mystery shops, product tube is another one. Some of those are on site. So if you have to go outside of the house anyway, if you got to go to Walmart, Target, or some of your local grocery stores or local stores, you might want to take a look at the mystery shops, Queen. Leonica says she's in Alabama as well, Jones Girl. Christy says, congrats. Healing Lotus, which is Lene. She says, thanks, sis, Leonica. Tina says, hey, Carol and chat, let's get those eggs. Amen, Queen. Leonica says, you're welcome. Lene. Hey, Queen T. She says, hey, Two Chicks family. How are you, Queen? Lillian, hey, Queen. She says, hey, family and chat. And thank you, Lillian, for checking up on us. When we were on that hiatus, we did see your email, Queen. Thank you. Leonica says, thanks again, Carol, for the shout out. No problem. So Leonica's job is hiring everybody. So I did the video on them a couple of days ago. No assessment, but it is outbound calls. But you're not selling anything. It's a survey company, survey interviewer. So you may have to call somebody and ask them about politics. Could be about a store visitation. They have like different ones from what I see. So if anybody is interested in Leonica's job, I do have a link with her company and also with Donata. Part-time. No assessments though. And they do not, let me say this for you even get happy. If you live in Mississippi, Florida, Georgia, Texas, they do not, unfortunately, they do not hire in these states. Again, if you live in Mississippi, Florida, Georgia, Texas, they do not hire in your state. But if you live anywhere else, then you can apply for this job. Donata is also state specific. Now, Donata, they do hire in a lot of states. I do see a lot of states on. I'm not going to say all of them, but I do see Mississippi on this one, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas is on here, New Hampshire, Nevada, Minnesota, Utah, Wyoming, Tennessee, South Carolina, Kansas, Oklahoma. They do have other states listed. That one is part-time also, no assessments, and that one will last to the end of the year. So if you are just somebody just looking for part-time work, these two companies, you could apply to both of them if you live in the states that they hire in, and you can stack them because you can work whenever you want to. So take a look at the link. I just dropped it in the chat. Again, no assessments, everybody. Lisa, medical records queen. I did the video. Did you catch it last night? You might want to take a look. Take a look at the video that went up last night, queen. Leonica says, hey, Lillian. And Lillian says, hey. T says, hi, Leonica. And there are other companies on there besides Datavant and ShareCare. So try the other, I think it's two more. Try the other two, queen. I don't exactly know what they're looking for. If anybody here has worked for ShareCare or Datavant that can help the queen out, I've never worked for those companies, so I wouldn't be of assistance to you, queen, but maybe somebody else here can assist you with that. So if anybody here, again, has worked for ShareCare and Datavant, Queen Lisa, she's applied to this one and no luck. So I don't know what they're looking for. She's revamped her resume, but she still says no luck with those two. They might be state specific, queen. That's another thing. Sometimes when y'all don't get the job, go and ask them, hey, do y'all hire in my state? They could be state specific, and just don't post it and just don't say anything and just, reject your application. I don't think they are, but they could be though. You just never know. So ask them, reach out and say, hey, are you guys state specific? Start there, queen, and just see. Never know. Patricia says, happy Sunday. Please have us Californians in prayer. We have a toxic possible chemical leak. Oh, possible explosion in Orange County. And then we have a fire. Now, I did hear about the fire. One of my relatives lives out there. I did hear about that fire, queen. And yes, we will most definitely keep California in our prayers. Stay safe, queen. Leonica has a testimony. She has 394 on paid viewpoint, 880 on survey junkie. Focus cash 3 cents every 3-hour game. Fit cash 1,795 points, 18 cents on play rewards. Earn money watching ads $1.03 and 203 on money time. All right now. Congrats. Edith, you said okay, it doesn't have to be in Vegas. Edith, again, remind me, queen, what was it that you were looking for? T says, hi, Lillian. Leonica says, Mania Party Cash, 3 cents cash radio. She has 79 and money video, 3 cents. All right. Go ahead, Leonica. Congrats to you. Intern therapist, she says, sending prayers. Hey, Queen Geraldine. She says, hey, Carl and all in the chat. Jules says, how do you get user interviews to pick you? I filled out so many. Good question, Jules. I'll put it up here and see if one of our queens can't help you out. If somebody can help out the queen, she's asking about user interviews and how do you get picked. Lene says, congrats, sis. Leonica says, thanks. Lillian says, hey. Lillian says, congrats, Leonica. Leonica says, thanks, Lillian. Teresa says, hey, Lillian and T. Thank you, Patricia. Appreciate that, Queen. Lillian says, hey, live, love, and laugh. She says, hey, everybody. Leonica says, hey, live, love, and laugh. Jones girl says, okay, Miss Carl, thank you. I also have Field Agent app on my phone. You made 6, girl. We got to congratulate you on the 6. Do you have any more eggs, Jones girl, in the basket? So we're going to help you fill the basket up in the meantime, in between time, while you are waiting to either hear back or still applying for remote jobs. So if you are okay with going outside of the home, you might want to take a look at the mystery shop sites. But let me know, Queen, in the comment section, what are you okay with doing when it comes to side gigs and side hustles? Teresa says, hey, live, love, and laugh. And she says, hey, Leonica. Is it Chubby? Hey, Chubby. Leonica says, my job is full-time and part-time. Make your own schedule, 1099. Miss Shanice says, wow, Illinois is good for this one. Laugh out loud. Go ahead, Miss Shanice. The one that Leonica is doing, that's a good one. That's a good one. They're not doing interviews. I forgot to say that. I think you do have to send your resume, but you don't have to take no assessment, Queen. And it seems to be a fast hire company. Lillian says, hey, autism mommy. Yep, no interview. Leonica just confirmed. No interview, y'all. Drea, hey, Queen. Drea says, hello, everybody. Hey. Yeah, I don't think Tan is coming, y'all. I could be wrong, but she didn't ever respond to me, so I think she might be asleep. Teresa says, hey, Drea. Autism mommy says, hey, Lillian. Mindy says, hey, everyone. Selena says, hey, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed the weekend. Leonica says, hey, Mindy. Selena says, are there any data entry jobs for beginners? So, Selena, I did post a data entry video. Let me see. I think I posted it on the other channel, though. Not on this one. Yes, on the other channel. It may be like 1 or 2 on there that might be beginner. Yeah, I posted it on the other channel. So I'll put the link here in the chat, Queen. So if anybody here is looking for data entry jobs, take a look at this list and it is in the chat. Selena says, we couldn't hear you, but now we can. The sound went out before. Today? Or you're saying like last week? Jerlyn says, praying for you all in California. Patricia. Leonica says, yes, the job hires in Illinois, Miss Cherise. Lillian says, hey, Drea. MDD says, hello there. I'm looking for either remote side hustles or part-time, no phones, no boss, and good pay. What do you mean by good pay? Because your definition of good pay may not be the same as mine. And as far as the non-phone, search our channel for those. Part-time channel, search the channel. We've been dropping a lot of non-phone, part-time, no interview on the channel. So I really don't have a list for that because there are so many videos. If you go back and look, you'll be like, man, she has been dropping a lot of non-phone. Drop the non-phone today. Lillian says, hey, Mindy, liked and shared. Thank you, Queen. Janice, search the videos, Queen. So I'm going to say it again. We've been dropping a lot of non-phone, no interview, work when you want, no experience on the channel. So I don't really have a list for the non-phone. Now, if you are a beginner, I do have the beginner friendly list, and some of these you can work whenever you want to. I know a lot of you guys are new to our channel. So if you are new and you are looking for those non-phone, those no interview, those work when you want opportunities, the no experience, please search the channel. I don't really have a list for those because if you go back and look again, I have dropped so many videos. So many. Selena said, you keep going in and out and we can't hear you. Can anybody else hear me or y'all can't hear me? She says she can't hear me. Y'all let me know. Leonica says, thanks, Carl. Drea says, hey, Teresa. MDD, search the channel again. Hey, DPC. Drea says, for user interviews, did you link your LinkedIn if you have one? Hey, Knit and Crochet. She says, hey, everyone. Hey, Fourth on this. She says, happy Sunday, Carl, in chat. So Edith, you want to do the mystery shop? Okay, hang on. Y'all let me know because she said she couldn't hear me. So I need to see. If not, me and T-Mobile gonna fight. Hey Kiki. She says, hey guys, I haven't been on a live in a while. So glad I made it. Welcome. Well, welcome back, Queen. Lillian said, Leonica, what is the name of your job? So I put it in the chat, Lillian. I can post it. Oh, it was today? Nobody else said nothing. You was the only one said that, Queen. Jones girl said, oh, yes, ma'am. I'm comfortable doing mystery shopper. And I also have made a few bucks on inbox dollars. Okay. Mario, did you read my thumbnail? Yes, I will talk about them today. Jones girl says, and thank you for the congrats, Miss Curl, and God bless. Thank you, Queen. Hey, short lady C, how are you? She says, hey, Curl in chat. Leonica says, hey, short lady C. Lillian says, hey, short lady C. Thank you, Will T. Will T says, no problem with the audio, girl. I was about to say. Celia says, hey, two chicks and fam, liked and share. Happy to be here as always. Hey, Queen. Thank y'all. Okay. So it was not me this time, Queen. I think it might have been your phone. Everybody else said they can hear me. They better can hear me because me and T-Mobile gonna box if y'all said, nah, we can't. Autism Mommy said, go out the chat and come back in if you cannot hear me. Marcellus, he said, I just signed up for discount when I went to fill out PayPal was already in use, so I guess I had an account. Where are the tasks located? It says in progress. Do I have to download the app? I'm gonna put it up here, King. Wilton says maybe you need to refresh, Queen. Short Lady C says, hey, Teresa, Leah Love and Laugh, and Four Thornies. What's up, says, girl? I made about 300 on Prolific in 2 weeks. All right, what's up? Too funny. Congratulations. So if anybody else wants to get in on Prolific, maybe you can make a couple of $100 in a few weeks. Like, what's up here? The link is in the chat. They are number 15. There is a wait list. Get on the wait list, everybody, if you have not done so. A good one. Survey site, but it is not your typical survey site. Yep. That's a good one. Tammy says, I can hear you just fine. Thank you. Oh, okay, Queen Selena. Jones girl said, I also liked and shared. Thank you. Autism Mummy, Short Lady C says, hey. Teresa says, hey. And she says, hey, Tammy. Thank you, Marcellus. Celia says she cashed out 10 for Amazon gift card on Fetch, over 5 on Just Play, and my husband has cashed out over 20. Oh, he got Pogo too? Okay. And 20 on Pogo. All right, girl. Thank you, Jones, girl. Josie says, I have been here for 5 minutes. Video's been clear. Thank y'all. Show Lacey says, hey, T, right? Kiki says, would you happen to have a list of background friendly? I don't, Kiki. Do you mean like felony friendly? Or are you saying like as far as noise friendly? Miss Shanice said, Leonica, let me know of any others. They be so limited. We ain't seen your friend tonight. Charlotte, see, don't you start now. Drea said, does anyone know about Forthright? I signed up a few weeks ago and never heard. Will T, no resume for Prolific. It is a survey site. So, Miss Shanice says, okay, thanks. Sure Lady C says, hey, Drea. Autism Mama said, hey, Sure Lady C. Yaya says, hey, fam, hello. Thank you for all the work you guys do for us for free because everybody charges for this info. I would like more jobs that are independent contractor and God bless. It's not that many, Yaya. It's not that many that are independent 1099. I haven't seen a whole bunch of those. We come across new companies every now and then, but not like the full-time W-2s. I mean, like the basic companies, Live Ops, VeraFast, Live Exchange, the company that Leonica works for, I think they're 1099. Oasis, Colony Brands, Working Solutions, Omni, Cambly. Those are 1099, but it's not like 50 companies that's 1099, if that makes sense. But they're on this list here if you want to take a look, if you haven't done so. Leonica says, you're welcome, Miss Shanice. And Queen T says, hi, Sure Lady C. Drea says, hey, Sure Lady C. Teresa has a testimony. She has 5 on Survey Pop Vibe. She has 1165. All right. Congratulations, Teresa. How do you like Vibes? Is that a good one? No problem, yeah. If I find any more, then I'll do a video. I think the video that went up today, those are 1099, but they're non-phone. Like the typing companies, Quick Tape, Go Transcript, they're on today's video. Monique says, hello, and how are you feeling? Liked and shared. I'm going to say this, Monique. I feel all right. My nephew's birthday was yesterday, and he was unalive last year. So we still have not got justice for him yet. So yesterday I was kind of like, down in the dumps about that, just thinking about him. But thanks for asking, Queen. How are you? Kiki, baby, she says, I'm sorry, my phone shut down for a second. I mean, for someone with a criminal history. We do, Kiki, baby. And I don't know where it is. I'll try to look for it before I get off the live. Tan, she knows exactly where it is because she put it together, but I don't know. But I'll try to look. Lillian says, congrats, Teresa. Leonica says, yes, my job is 1099. I'll put it up here. She says they pay $11 an hour. And if you work a weekend day, which is optional, you get $1 more hourly, and they pay every other Friday. And Leonica did send her payment proof for this one. She's made over $1,000 off of this site. So again, if anybody is interested in that one, the one that Leonica is doing, it is no interview, no assessment, outbound calls. You will be calling people and asking questions. You're doing surveys over the phone. They do not hire in Florida, Georgia, Texas, and Mississippi. And you can work whenever you want to. So if you are interested in that one and you do not live in those 4 states, you can apply. Seems like a quick hire company. And I added another company to the list. The link is in the chat. Leonica says, congrats, Teresa. Melody says, how do we get out of the rut of rejection? I feel old and I live in California. If it wasn't for my 82-year-old mama, I would move. You just gotta keep going, Melody. That should be your motivation, though, in a sense. I know that sounds like corny, but yeah, that should be your motivation in a sense, because it's like when I get the rejections, that just pushes me to do more. And I would say do some mystery shops. If you are able to do some side gigs and side hustles while you are waiting to hear back from the companies. Have you tried to revamp your resume? Are you sending the same resume every time you apply? Show Lady C says, congrats, Teresa. Teresa says, thank you, Lillian. Thank you, Monique. Knitting Crochet says, press the like button, everyone. Lillian says, praying for you and your family, Carl. Thank y'all. Appreciate that. Kiki says, thanks, Miss Lady. You welcome, Queen. Jones girl said, my phone is buffering now. Laugh out loud for about 5 minutes. Oh, no. Yaya says, thank you, Leonica. Short Lady C. Thank you, Queen. Missionary says, praying for you. I know the feeling. No time limit on grieving. Yep. Leonica says, you're welcome, Yaya. Short Lady C says, hey, knit and crochet. Lillian says, oh, no, I am in Texas. Oh, Lillian. You're going to miss that one. Well, try the other company. It's another company on there, no assessment. Same thing as Leonica's company. You can work whenever you want, and they actually pay a couple of dollars more, 13. Leonica, hugs and prayers to you and your family. Thank you, Leonica. I appreciate that. Lisa, I dropped the link in the chat, Queen. Look now, if you didn't catch it. Yaya says, I live in Florida. I don't want full time because I am a bondsman. Okay. Oh, you in Florida? Look at the other company, Yaya. If you're interested in being a survey interviewer, that I worked for a company like 5 times, same company, long time ago though. Survey interviewer, by far one of the easiest remote jobs. And I know some people like, oh, I hate outbound calls. It didn't really bother me because people would just be like, well, don't call this number no more. Okay, fine. Okay, I'm still gonna make my money. I don't care about your attitude. Bye. But I didn't really have a lot of bad people like that. So somewhat, but not a whole bunch of bad people. Queen Elder says, hey everyone from sunny, stormy Florida. That's sunny, stormy. She said, congrats on all the wins. Leonica says, oh darn, Lillian. Sure Lady C says, hey Angela. Thank you, Queen Jerlene. Thank you for the prayers. I appreciate it. Miss Shanice says, I feel like rejection is tough, but I'm back in school and I'm doing mystery shopping. I just need a part-time for the benefits. Leonica says, hey, Angela. Short Lady C says, me too, Lillian. Dang. Try the other company, Short Lady C. Look at Donata. I think they hire in Texas. Yeah, said, okay. Ha, 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 ha. Angela said, hey, Short Lady C. And she says, hey, Leonica, anybody else got any good news that they want to share? Y'all be sure to drop it here in the chat. Kiki said, if anyone needs help revamping or tailoring their resume to the job description, I usually take a few hours each week to help people with resumes. The only thing about that, Kiki, we don't promote people that do the resumes because over here we actually teach them how to do them. We teach them how to do the resumes. That's Tan's forte. Not trying to take away from nobody, but that is Tan's forte when it comes to the resumes. She has several videos up on our channel. When it comes to the resumes, we don't do like the gatekeeping and the charging and all of that like some people do. And I know you said you was doing it for free, which is good. That's a good thing. Thank you for that. But we do got a lot of people out here that charge for resumes, assessments, and just all types of stuff. Sid says, I'm so sorry, Kurt. My best friend's birthday was yesterday as well, and he was also taken from us 3 years ago, and we still have not gotten just for him. Oh wow. Praying for y'all, Queen. Yeah, it's been tough because he was really like my son growing up. Because he used to be with me like all the time. And it's really like it's hard to believe that, that happened. But I appreciate the prayers, Queen, and praying for you also. Queen of the Bronx says, I have earned over 2,900. What? On Prolific. Started at the end of February. All right, girl. That's something to shout about. Congrats to you, Queen. So this queen here has stepped up and took action with Prolific and has earned over $2,900. So again, everybody, this is a non-phone side hustle, and you can work this one whenever you want to. There is a wait list, but you may get on and you may get right off. Some of our queens have gotten on and got right off with this company. Mission says Prolific had me spoiled and then they just dropped off. Mine has been acting up. I was mad at first because I made close to 1,000 in 2 weeks. I was over there like Earl and I got over it. So what about now, Miss Shanice? Well, school is coming to a close. So let me say this about Prolific. Prolific will slow down. When the holidays come, the students are out of school. When school is out or, school is over, they're out of school. So yes, it will slow down, but when they come back to school, it'll pick back up. So with that one, we just say keep it. It's a good egg. When it's when it's good, it's good. And sometimes it's like that. We got a queen here, Meeks. Everybody should know who Meeks is. If you don't, well, she's one of our queens that does side gigs and side hustles. When she does outlier is good. When it's good, it's good. And she can make good money off of outlier, $600, $700, $800, $900, $1,000 in a week off the company. But when it goes down, and it does go down, it's like scrounging and scraping, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Can't make nothing. So with that being said, get you more than one egg in the basket, queen. Just get you some more side gigs and side hustles to replace the money. So when Prolific is down, and it will go down, and some of the other ones you guys have might go down, get you some other ones to replace it until it comes back up. Kiki says, that's terrible. That's why I stopped dealing with the people on TT, profiting out. Yep, and a lot of them, but it ain't just TT, Kiki. It's everywhere. I've seen it everywhere. Here, YouTube, Facebook, most definitely on Facebook. And on Facebook, they're starting to shut those work from home groups down. I'm starting to see a lot of them disappearing, and I'm pretty sure I can guess what it is, and I'm thinking it's probably that, and people are not getting what they're paying for, so they're getting upset. Because I've seen one lady was saying that she got scammed from somebody in one of those Facebook groups. She sent her money, been waiting for 3 months for a resume. So yeah, I can imagine, what's going on. And then how do you know that this person is really going to do your resume? Anybody can come online and say, hey, I do resumes. Hey, I do assessments. Hey, I do this. Hey, I do that. Go and create some other pages and have people to think, oh, okay, such and such said, she did my resume. She did good. You don't know these people from a can of paint. You can't see them. You can't physically reach out and touch them or none of that. So why would you trust somebody to do your assessment and you have to give them your personal login information? Why would you trust that? I don't see how and why people trust that, but they know that people are gullible. They know that people need jobs. They know people want to work from home, and they play on people's emotions and people being gullible. So be careful, be mindful of that. If you are dealing with people online that say that they can do this, that, and the other, they can take typing tests, assessments, they can do this, that, and the other, and you're giving these people your information, your personal information, and also your money. Because again, I'm starting to see where Facebook is shutting those groups down, and I'm thinking it's because people have paid those admin people that say that they can do these resumes and assessments and this, that, and the other, and they're taking these people's money, and then they're not doing what they're saying they're going to do. And I think people are coming together and they're reporting those groups, and then Facebook, they look at that as a scam, which it is, because you took somebody's money and they didn't get the product or the service. So yes, you are a scammer. And Tan's favorite word now, you're grifting. Y'all are some grifters. Y'all can't do no resumes. You're doing them through Chat GPT, and anybody can go to Chat GPT and do the resumes themselves, or go to some other AI site. It's so many of them out there, Claude, Gemini, and the list goes on and on. So why do I need to pay somebody to do my resume? I don't have to do that, because I can go and get it done with some of these AI bots, because that's all they're doing. That is all that they're doing. So just be mindful, everybody. I mean, you do what you do. It's your business. It's you. It's your resume. You know, however, just be mindful and just be careful when you are dealing with these people online, because a lot of these people say they helping you. They not helping you. They helping themselves. They want your right here. Your money. I don't want your money. I'm not over here saying, oh, buy my course, buy this, buy that. Oh, I'm going to take your assessment for you. I'm going to do your typing test. I'm not doing any of that. Tan is not going to do any of that. We ain't got time to do it. They do that. That's what they do. They're grifters. I'm not grifting off of anybody. Leonica says, congrats, Queen of the Bronx. And Short Lady C says, congrats. Hey, do something different. He says, hi, Curl and all. Anderson Kerr, I have briefly read the chat, and prayers to you and your family. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the prayers so much. Lillian says, congrats, Queen of the Bronx. Miss Shanice says, I got some bad surveys and I reported them, so I disputed them because they rejected me, but I've been doing mystery shopping. Okay. Hey, Jackie. She says, hey, Two Chicks in fam. Hey, Queen. So, right. She says, hello, Two Chicks in chat, liked and shared. Thank you, Queen. Andrea says, a few months ago, you told us in a short about a company, and I forgot the name, and it was something like, was it Datavio? I'm thinking you were talking about Datavio, Queen. Datavio.ai. I'll put it here. I'm thinking that's the one. Lillian says, hey, Jackie. Short Lady C says, hey. Lillian says, hey, Queen, so right. Jolene says, yes, prolific has slowed down. She says, I'm not getting many studies either, but it's worth keeping. I've made over 600. All right. On prolific since March. I keep them, and it'll pick back up. Yep. All right, Jolene. Yes, ma'am. They will pick back up, everybody. So if you are doing prolific and you notice a drop in the surveys, don't do that. They are going to pick back up. So don't be frustrated about it. Sometimes these side gigs and side hustles, they have their moments where they go up, and when they're up, and you can make money in it. Sometimes they got the moments when they are down. So that is why we say get you more than one. Always good to have several eggs in the basket. So when one goes down, you can just pick up another egg, crack it open, and get to it. So Wright says, hello, Queen Lillian. And Leonica says, hey, Sister Jackie. Edith says, some of them are extremely consistently online. The grifters. Jackie said, hey, sis. Short Lady C. Short Lady C says, hey, so right. And so Right says, hey, Missionary says, I got in a YouTube group that wanted me to pay all the money for a resume. I got out of it because they promised people, Nancy, I don't know why they doing that. A lot of people want to see you on camera now, do this. And that's why. That is the reason why. And nobody can guarantee you a job. Nobody can guarantee you that. If a recruiter reaches out to us and they say, hey, Two Chicks, we need 50 people, but they're going to have to take these assessments, I can't guarantee you that you're going to get the job. All I can say is, hey, this recruiter reached out from this company. You're going to have to take them assessments. And so Miss Shanice is saying, and now because of what is going on with all of these people, these quote unquote people that's helping y'all get jobs, now the companies are starting to see, and it just baffles me because I'm like, don't y'all know the recruiters are on Facebook? Don't y'all know they on TikTok? Or y'all don't know that? Well, let me school y'all. They might be even on this live stream video watching me. The recruiters are on social media, everybody. If you go to Facebook, search for a company, a lot of them have Facebook business pages. They have Instagrams, they have TikToks, and they have other social media. They could be on Twitter or X. They could be on, what's some of the other ones? Lemonade, that's another one, sister company to TikTok. So with that being said, and you're on here and you're telling these people, hey, I need you, girl, to do my assessment. If I'm a recruiter and I'm in this group, you don't know I'm a recruiter. I'm not going to come in here and say, hey, y'all, I'm a recruiter. That's not how they're not going to do that, everybody. They're going to come in there incognito. So you're not going to know that Leonica is the recruiter. You're not going to know that. But she's taking names and she's saying that, oh, so this is the group that's doing these assessments over here. Okay, let me see how many people on this post want an assessment. You think they not going to see your name? And when you try to submit that application, or that person that you've paid that $40 to submits that application, reject. I've seen it happen where people have paid their money and then came back and said, I didn't get the job. I didn't get anything. They rejected me right off the wham. That's probably why the recruiters are in these groups. So don't just think that you're going to get the job and you're going to get away because you paid sister so-and-so over here $40, $50, $60, $80, $90, and she did your resume and she did your assessment and she took your typing test, and then, oh, I know I'm going to get this job. Are you really? You may not. And then what? Can't get your money back. You think they're going to give you your money back? Of course not. They're grifting. They're not going to give you anything back. So again, if you decide to deal with any of these people on social media and you are going to pay somebody to take your assessments, to do your resumes, to do your typing test, just be mindful that you just may be giving away some free money to somebody, especially if you don't know them. Leonica says, hey, sis, so right. Drea says, hey, so right. Jackie says, hey, Leonica. Trina says, I get. So right says, hello, sis, Leonica. So right says, Drea, hey. Eda says they have lives and some are legit. Who has the lives, Eda? The people that you're talking about. Renee says, hey, Carl, praying for you and your family. Thank you, Queen. It's over here, short lady. See, I got several. I started to put one on for y'all tonight. I got several, Queen. Tara says, hi, everyone. Trina says, I've been doing tellers, kind of slowing down. Trina, I would say get something else. You welcome, Queen Drea. Short lady C says, hey, do something different. Miss says, I want someone to look over mine, but I have had so many jobs and have done so many things and have a few certificates. Hey, Queen Shasta. She says, hello, how's everyone doing? It's been a while. Life been life, and she says, liked and shared. I understand, Queen. Thank you. There go your baby. Sure, lady. See, Earl is here. Selena says, Trina, how did you get on with tellers? Because I'm unable to pass the assessment that they sent me. Laugh out loud. Earl says, peace, fam. Just finished dinner. What did you cook, Earl? Shasta, thank you, Queen. I appreciate that. Tara says, God is so good. He saved my life tonight. What happened, Queen? And yes, he is good. Missionary said they sent me a message about a new AI survey they have coming on Prolific, and I was asked to participate. All right, girl, that's some good news. Congrats, Queen. Selena said, well, I think it was laugh out loud. Cholet C says, hey, Earl, what did you have for dinner? Tara said, the devil had a trap set, but God blocked it. Speaking of rejection, rejection is God's protection. Amen. Earl says, hey, sure lady, see, he had some fried chicken, some collard greens, and some cornbread. You from the country? That sounds like something we eat down here in the South. The typing site king. It's hang on. I get it right here. It is typingtest.com. So if anybody needs the typing site, this is a free site. You can practice 24/7. Sholesi says, I'm on my way. Kiki says, are there any others besides Prolific? Yep. What are you interested in, Kiki? Are you interested in survey sites, gaming apps, mystery shop? But I do have a list of other side hustle sites, and I just put it in the chat. Leonica says, hey, Earl, sounds good. Thank you, Dr. J. Appreciate the like. And she says, hey, Carol and Chad. Hey, Williams. Williams says, good evening, morning, everyone. Hey, Alex. He says, hey, Carol and two chicks with a side hustle gang. Hope everyone is well. We making it, Alex. How are you, King? Leonica said, good evening, Williams. Sholacey said, hey, Shasta. Lillian says, congrats, Miss Shanice. She said, laugh out loud. Hey, Jay. Jay says, my first time catching you live. Welcome, Queen. Oh, you from Virginia. Virginia is in the house. Earl said, Leonica, yes, it was good. Kiki says, thank you. No problem, Queen. Okay. Okay, Kiki. Branded is a good one. A good survey site. We've had several people to cash out on that one. I think Branded also has the branded games now. They got another side where you can get paid to play games. Let me go find this. And also, I would say look at Product Report Card, Pinecone Research. Those are the ones where you can get paid to test products. And they'll send you all types of products to test. And it could be anything. Could be makeup. Could be water. It could be some ink pens. It could be Mr. Clean products, Clorox, crackers, cookies, even electronics. And the products are free. So this is another way to make some side hustle money. So look at the list and look at numbers 7, 10, 11, and 41. So 7, 10, 11, and 41. These are the product testing sites. No interview, no resume. Short Lady C, she says, hey, Alex. Earl says, I'm originally from Tampa, living in Seattle, Tacoma area now, but got, he said he got some country cousins. That's so funny. Autism Mama, she says, welcome to all the newbies. And William says, hey, Leonica. Shanice says, Babel haven't rejected me yet, just waiting on them to give me the go. Okay. Sholesi says, hey, Williams. And Sholesi says, welcome. Williams says, are there any sites with games to play online yet besides Inbox? Inbox is the only one that I know about. Hey, Miss B. She says, hey, Carol Kings and Queens. I'll put the question up here, William. So if anybody knows if there are any sites that you can play the games online besides Inbox Dollars, y'all let the Queen know, because I don't know. Inbox is the only one that I know about. I don't know about anybody else. But if y'all know, y'all let her know. Dr. J says, don't sleep on Measurement Inc. I don't think they're hiring anymore, Queen. I think I'm gonna make sure though, but I think they got everybody that they were looking for. The last time I looked over here, they didn't have anything on here. It's saying no positions were found from what I see. So I don't think that they are accepting applications anymore, unfortunately. So if you get hired for Measurement Inc., Queen, Dr. J is saying don't sleep on that one. Short Lady C says, hey, Miss B. William says, hey, Short Lady C. William says, thank you, Kara. No problem. Anybody else got any good news that they want to share with the family? Y'all be sure to let us know. Okay, that's good. So Dr. J says they send her an invite during every scoring season or session. Okay, that's some good news. Congrats. Any more people want to give their testimony? Got any more queens here or kings that have made money over the Memorial holiday weekend? Y'all be sure to put it here in the chat so that we can celebrate. Ms. B says, hey, Short Lady C. Angela says, I have completed 13 shops this past week. What? Go ahead, girl. Cashed out on branded. $65. All right. Congratulations, Queen. So Queen Angela here, she is one of our queens. She does a lot of the mystery shops. So again, to those of you that are still asleep and you think that these side gigs and side hustles, they don't pay off, ask Queen Angela, ask Queen So Right, ask Queen Leonica, ask Teresa, ask King Earl, ask Autism Mommy, ask Hustling Helen. These queens and kings have several side gigs and side hustles that they are utilizing to bring in income, and some of them are not. And let me say it again, because I know that's going to go over somebody's head. Some of them are not working remote jobs. They're only doing side gigs and side hustles, and they're making over $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month, believe it or not. Autism Mommy says, yes, Measurement Inc. is fire. Autism Mommy is one of our queens that has 60 plus side gigs and side hustles. 60 plus, stay-at-home mom. She is a teacher, tutor, because she is homeschooling her children. So again, everybody, you don't need a work from home job to make it in 2026. Now, if you just have to have one, get you one, get you two, get you three, get you four, get you five. But while you are waiting to hear back, what is stopping you from getting a side gig or a side hustle? Come on up here, King Earl. He said it's his turn. So King Earl says 52 on market for not making you fat, Earl. What you eating? The Five Guys? So Market Force, everybody. While we on Market Force, a lot of you guys are going to McDonald's, Taco Bell, Wendy's, Dunkin' Donuts, and some of the other fast food shops, but you just did not know that you could be bringing in income just by going to these places. Did you know that? I know you didn't know, so I'm going to tell you. This company here, Market Force, you can get paid to eat at restaurants, fast food restaurants. A friend of mine, she does Market Force. On a good month, she can make over $1,000 from this one site. Slow month, if she's just really not trying to do anything, she may bring in 500, 600, 700. That's on the slow month. But once you get in good with a lot of these mystery shop sites, the schedulers will become your best friend. They will be hitting you up, emailing you, calling you, texting you, saying, hey, you good? You know, I need this shop done. And they will start to offer you more money. Some of the companies do offer bonuses. Ellis, I feel like, is the top when it comes to the bonuses, because their bonuses can be anywhere from $30 all the way up to $100. The shop could be paying $30, but the bonus could be paying $100. So you may go and do this shop. Let's just say if it takes you an hour to do the shop, fill out the form, you could be making $145-$50 in 1 hour. And that's just one shop. But you may have a list of shops. What if you have 5 shops to do for that particular month? And if you add that up, what is that? $700 and some dollars. So take a look at the mystery shop sites. Don't sleep on these. Queen So right here. This queen makes about $2,000-$3,000 a month off of mystery shops. Queen Angela, she does good as well off the mystery shop sites. Queen Cynthia, she's not in here, but she also does pretty good off of the mystery shops as well. And Queen Cynthia, I think that's all she does is mystery shop. She doesn't do anything else. Mystery shops and prolific. That's it. So Earl said he got $10 beta testing, 50 product tool for the month of May so far, made $11.25 on prolific. It has slowed down a bit working on other eggs, and he cut you off, Earl. But this is King Earl, everybody. If the king can do it, I'm pretty sure you queens can do it as well. Congratulations, Earl. And I did put Market Force in the chat. If anybody is interested in that one, you don't have to worry about a resume. They're not going to call you to do an interview. You don't need experience. If you can read and follow directions when it comes to these mystery shop sites, you guys are good to go on that. Product tube. This is another good egg for everybody to go and get in the basket. Earl is going to get all the money. If y'all just leave it on the table, he going to get the money off of product tube, everybody. This is another good one. This one, you have to do short videos. So they may say, hey, we need you to go into the store, look for Colgate toothpaste, and make a 2 to 3 minute video about Colgate. Short videos about different products in the stores. But again, it is a good one. They may pay you $25 just to go in the store and make that 2 to 3 minutes. You'd have made $25. But what if you get multiple tasks like that to do, and they're each paying $25? They may say, okay, we got 4 tasks for you to do. Each one is paying $25. That's $100, y'all. 2 to 3 minutes. Think outside the box. Sometimes we have to pivot and do other things to bring in income. Not just work a 9 to 5, everybody. So product tube is in the chat. Rana, hey Queen, she says, yes, I enjoy Measurement Ink too. She says, Aspen Dental is different. Oh, did you get hired with Aspen, Queen? If so, congratulations. And congrats on Measurement Ink. Miss B says, congrats, Queen. And Leonica says, congrats, Angela and Earl. Sholesi says, congrats, Earl. William says, congrats. Lynn says, I'm 3 years into a part-time job that I found on your site. Been telling folks about you. Look at God. All right, girl. This queen says she's been on her job for 3 years, everybody, part-time, and she found it here on our channel. Congrats. And thank you for sharing us, Queen. Lillian says, congrats, Earl and Miss Angela. Sholesi says, congrats, Angela. Dr. J says, I have been scoring for them for about 2 years. They are giving bonuses for those willing to work. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Memorial Weekend. By the way, Measurement Ink, it is seasonal. Thank you, Queen, for the heads up. So if you have Measurement Ink, the Queen is letting you guys know that they are giving bonuses, everybody. Is it Relamp? Hey, Relamp. Relamp says hi. Therese says, I cashed out from gains today to add to grocery money. Seriously costing me twice as much as a couple of months ago. Girl, don't even talk about no groceries. Don't even talk about no groceries, Therese. I got to go to the store. Angela says, thank you, everyone. Dr. J says, Rona, that part, I need to check Aspen Dental. Is it difficult? Do something different. Say, do you have to go through the drive-through? Some of them, they will say go through the drive-through. Some of them, they'll say go inside the store or inside the restaurant. It just depends. Do something different on what, I guess, what their client wants you to do. But yes, you do have to go through the drive-through for some of them. Earl says, Presto trying to make me fat too. Earl, you better quit eating it. You better get that fast food away. Quit eating it. Yeah, you're going to get fat Earl eating that fast food. But Presto is another good one, everybody. We had a queen here. She was making like a couple of hundred off of Presto a day. Now, she does live in Texas, so she was getting a lot of shops in her area. But if you are interested in Presto, don't get fat like Earl, though. But if you're interested in Presto, this is another good mystery shop site. And again, with the mystery shops, you don't have to worry about a resume. They're not going to call you for an interview. If you can read and follow directions, you can become a mystery shopper, and it's an easy one to get started with. Alex says, I got on a shift out, but I haven't been able to pick up a schedule. Shaking my head. It seems to be oversaturated. Do they have any clients, Alex? And congrats on getting hired. Do they have any clients available? Stephanie says, I may be wrong, but it looks like you can play free cash games online without the app. Okay, Queen. Well, thanks. Cholet C says, congrats, Teresa. Aspen Dental is a company, do something different. It's a dental company. I'm pretty sure you probably seen them. They have like offices like all over the world. Kiki, I don't know. Kiki is asking, is the Observer app down? She says, getting the message that the internet is not on. Let me see, Queen. Oh, you said the app. I don't have them on my phone. I was going to go to the website. If anybody knows if the Observer app is down, the Queen is asking. A jockey says, congrats, Earl. Ronald says, Dr. J. Aspen is on the phones, convincing people to book appointments. They want you to be so aggressive to get them in the office. Really? We got another queen that works for Aspen. She makes really good bonuses with them. Dr. J says, Ronald, wow. William says, congrats. Teresa says, thanks, short lady. See? Missionary says, I know Cambly said that they were full for English speakers. iShop is good. I want the camera, but I want to know about a discount for equipment. And I don't know, Queen. That's a good question. I don't know. Which camera are you trying to get, or does it matter? Ronald says, Doctor, seriously, I hate twisting arms to schedule, but it's cool for the time being. Oh, well, congrats, Queen, on Aspen Dental. Selena says, I wish I could do mystery shop in person on transportation, and I broke my femur bone, so unable to. Do the telephone, Queen. Do the telephone mystery shop. I'm going to put GigSpot here. So take a look at GigSpot. They have the on-site web shops, and the web shops is just, they may say go to walmart.com and look for this particular item, put the item in your basket as if you're going to check out, and that's the shop. You don't actually have to check out, but they'll just ask you a few questions, like maybe how long did it take for you to find whatever item that they told you to go and look for. But that's the shop. So you don't have to leave the house to do the web shop. So the telephone shops, the web shops, those you can be done from home with this company. So if you do not want to leave the house, but you still want to do mystery shop, look at GigSpot. Earl says, thanks all. And again, no interview, no resume. You can just literally sign up, make sure you fill everything out, and you will be good to go. Miss B says, congrats, King Earl. Fort Thornton says, congrats on all the wins. Dr. J says, Rona, I don't know if I would like that either. Jarlene says, congrats to all. Selena says, congrats, y'all. So if you are just tuning in, Queen Leonica, her job is hiring. They are not doing interviews. It is outbound. And they do not hire in Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, and Texas. But if you live in any of the other states, you can apply. They are not doing assessments. So again, this is a part-time outbound call, and you are a survey interviewer. So you will be calling people saying, hey, you want to take this survey? It could be a 5-question survey. It could be a 1-question. It could be a 3-question survey. And the surveys could be about anything, politics, anything really. So I'm going to drop the link here in the chat. There's another company on the list as well. The company is Donata. They are not doing assessments either. But I think they do interviews, but they don't do assessments, and they do hire in a lot of states. Both of these are part-time and same job, survey interviewer. So if you live in one of those hard to find states, take a look at this company. They are number 1 on the list, and this is the company that Leonica works for, everybody. Jolene says, congrats to all, and I think they are quick hire. Selena says, congrats, y'all. Do something different. Okay. Miss B said, is there any recommended cameras for mystery shopping? People have said all types, Miss B. I've heard the necklace one. I think somebody said there's a pen, like an ink pen, a brooch, I want to say. So they're all types of different ones. I would say maybe do a search on Amazon. Do something different. Says stop eating that bread. Alex says yes, national benefits. He says I've heard of them, but baffled about it. No, it's a remote job. It's an actual job. Miss B says, anyone here work for Live Ops? I used to, Queen. I got hired with them like 5 times. Selena said, okay, thank you. Leonica says, full-time available. Well, she says, make your own schedule, 1099. Nancy, hey, Queen. She says, is this live recorded? Yep, it will be. Queen Angela says, I currently have a pen. So this is what Queen Angela said, everybody. You can watch the replay, Queen Nancy. But yeah, I'm live, but you can watch the replay when I get off of here. So Queen Angela is saying that she has the pen, the glasses, and the pendant. I got the glasses too. I don't even, girl, they sitting right over there on my nightstand. I ain't used them glasses in so long. I ain't used them glasses in so long. Angela, I be forgetting I got them. And I really don't need them. Just wanted them. Just wanted to see what they was all about, child, and just bought them. I think Short Lady C, she was asking, like, would she be able to watch it again? That's what I think. She says, okay, cool, thanks. But yeah, so Queen Angela is saying that for the mystery shop, she uses a pen, some glasses, and she has a pendant. And did you get all of them, Angela, from Amazon? Let us know that too, Queen. Anybody else got any good news that they want to share? Y'all be sure to drop it here in the chat. And if you missed anything, let me know that also. And I know the Queen was asking about the background. I can't find them to save my life. Tan know where they are. I don't. I don't know what blog she got them on. Let's see. I'm still looking, but I have not been able to find them. And if anybody else has any good news, if you made some money over the holiday weekend, we want to know. Y'all have any plans for tomorrow? Sholesi says, oh, okay. Miss B says, thanks, Angela. Angela says, a combo of Amazon and eBay. She says, there is also a button camera. Thank you, Queen. Earl says, James Bond cameras. Melody says, out of the pen, glasses, or pendant, which ones have the best results? Teresa says, also, which do you like the best, Angela? Stephanie says, might be going fishing. Okay, Stephanie, that sounds like fun. I haven't done this since I was a kid, probably a teenager. I used to go with my dad a lot, but I have not done that since I was a teenager. I was scared of the worms, scared to put the worm on the hook. Miss Shanice says, I met a girl who said she got the PV 500 hidden video camera. I saw the price and was like, hell no. She said, I got the key fob. She said, I got the key fob and another little device. So does the key fob work, Queen? Kiki said, I appreciate you. I made 14 and some change on branding surveys this weekend. All right, girl. Congrats. Leonica said, sounds fun. I love fishing, Stephanie. Melody said she gonna sleep in. I don't blame you, Queen. It's been raining here in my city, so. Stephanie said, laugh out loud. Do something different. Says, I keep getting screened out on Prolific. Maybe how you answer them questions, King. Might have something to do with your answers. I'll put it up here, see if anybody can give you any tips. Autism Mama said, yep, my plans to make money is raining. So we will be indoors. All right, girl. I heard that. Yeah, it's been raining here today. Now, I don't know about tomorrow. I don't know. Angela said, the ones I have both are clear. It just depends on the outfit I'm wearing. Okay. Earl said, my plans are cha-ching. Melody said, they make a key fob. I learned something new every time you have a live. See, I didn't know nothing about the key fob either. I wonder how well does that one record? So Shanice, she answered, she said, it doesn't have audio. That's the only thing. No, we need the audio. But other than that, it's probably okay. Leonica says, my same plan, staying inside hustling. We've been getting storms since last week, and storms will last until May the 28th. Oh, Lord. William said, tomorrow I plan to go in on Prolific if anything is available. Echo and Outlier if they have anything available, and work on creating some AI assets for my portfolio. Okay, Williams, that sounds like a plan. Melody said, they still have me on a timeout. Oh, no. So is the account on hold, Melody? Did you email them? Sholesi says, my plans are to make that money. Sholesi, are you still driving, Queen, the bus? School is out here. Stephanie says, I'm building my coins up on Coin Out. You can level up fast, upload receipts, and other ways to earn coins. All right, Queen. Melody said 90 degrees. Ooh, hot. She's in Fresno. Earl said, last time I fished my last duty station at Fort Stewart, Georgia, I was wearing those catfish out. Miss B said, thanks everyone for the camera information. And Melody said, yep, she emailed them twice. Okay. Girl bugged them like Queen Reba said she Queen Reba said she bugged them folks every day until they said something back. She wasn't playing with them, and they did email her back, and they did open up her account. They opened it back up. But she said she emailed them every day. She bugged them to give her account back, and she got it back. Yeah, she did. So keep emailing them, Queen. She said, oh, damn, I'm gonna bug. All right, bug them. Do something different. Say he only has one study on prolific right now. So if anybody can help the king out and give him some pointers, he said he keeps getting screened out on prolific. But maybe what you saying? Do something different? Are you saying no to everything? Are they yes and no questions? I don't do prolific, so I don't know. But are they like yes and no questions? So I'm not sure. Anybody else have any studies on prolific? Do something different. Says he only has one. Melody says, I'm going to be so happy when all these political ads are over. Mission Lisa, I want something that nobody notices. I'll probably do a few mystery shots tomorrow. It won't be raining. Okay. Hey Nikki. Nikki says, hey beauties and kings. Have I missed the jobs? No, Queen. I came on late tonight, so no. I haven't dropped them yet. Queen of the Bronx says on prolific, if you have been approved, make sure you keep your about you section updated. So that's a good tip. Do something different. The queen is saying to keep that about you section, keep it updated. Short Lacey said, no, I had to stop driving because of my neuropathy. And also, I did not want to catch a case with them. Rude disrespect. Oh, I understand that, Short Lacey. I most definitely understand that. Because them kids can be a handful. Nika says, okay, thanks. She said, thanks, Hans. Good to see you. Good to see you too, Queen. Welcome back. Yep, sure, let's see. I most definitely understand that. One of my old tenants, I used to own property, and one of my tenants, she used to work for the school system here. She was like an assistant on the bus. She wasn't actually driving. And she said those kids would make her cry every single day because they would just talk so bad to her. And really, it wasn't nothing she could say or do. And I'm like, wow, that's terrible. Yeah, she said they would just talk so bad to her. And it really was nothing that she could say or do to them because, of course, they would go home and tell, their parent, mom or dad or whoever they live with. And she didn't want to get into trouble, so she just wouldn't say anything. But she said she would just come home and just cry because they would just be so disrespectful to her. And I'm like, that's sad. Oh, you was there for 9 years, Charlotte? See, wow, that's a long time. Now, this is what Queen Geraldine said. Thank you, Queen. She said sometimes prolific, they will screen out when you don't qualify for a study. Then again, you may answer a question not to their liking, or it can be screened out for going over the time allowed for a study. Queen T, she said, these kids are so ill-mannered. Yes. Girl, just so disrespectful. I be seeing the little videos, child, floating around, just so disrespectful. Missionary says they would have put me off bus duty. Not put you off, Queen. She said I would have lasted. These kids would have been crying. Marcellus, he said there's only one on my prolific dashboard as well. Nikki says gotta make them respect you. This generation is different, but most of them just need some guidance. Girls like, who raising these folks? They raising themselves, Nikki? Maybe. I don't know. You can kind of tell the ones that, maybe somebody ain't in the household, mama ain't there, single parent, everybody's out, everybody's working, don't have time for the child, versus the ones that's getting the nourishment and everything from mom or dad or grandma. Do something different says my about you section has unanswered questions. Okay, yeah, answer those, King. Queen T says, I wish mine would. Show Lacey said, no, you can't say or do nothing. And they know it. That's probably why they do it. The 11 said, exactly. Show Lacey said, I had to put some off. Oof. Very ill-mannered. You had to put them out the bus, Queen? Wow. Girl. And you see these little videos. I be seeing the little videos where the child be so disrespectful, and then the mama want to come up to the school and jump on the teacher or jump on the bus driver. It was some video going around. I think he grabbed the bus driver inappropriately, and she went off on him. And then the mama shows up, and her and the mama get into it. I think they got the fight. I want to say they got the fight on that video. Autism mama said, my kids would never. They know me and the hubby don't play those games. I know that's right, Autism mommy. Stephanie said, my mom was a single mom, but we would be in more trouble with her than what school would do to punish. Right. But I don't know. It's like a lot of these kids, the internet, I think, plays a big part in a lot of these kids, because y'all see them, they in them phones 24/7, them tablets, the computers. So it's like, who's raising them? The internet? Queen T, she says, yes, they be on TT laughing, thinking it's cute. Yeah. Do something different. Says some said I didn't qualify, Jerlene, so you're right. Oh, okay. So that's probably what it was. Do something different, the profile. Teresa says, I saw a good, strong black man on a video yesterday, and he got his son up at 3 a.m, making him run up and down with the street. Teresa, it cut you off. Shirley said, yes, ma'am, I put them off and made them walk. Good for you, Shirley. Queen T said, yes, my kids isn't getting a cell phone until 9th grade, etc. Girl, they be getting them young. Oh, tennis court, saying he would not disrespect. Ooh, child. He must have been disrespecting the teacher. Sad. That's a reflection of you, though. Think about it. If your child is in school going off on the teacher or on the bus, disrespecting the bus driver or the bus driver assistant, that is a reflection of you. Do something different. Say, my aunt was a school bus driver back in the day, and she had the key skirt. Teresa says, I applaud that man. Yeah. Need more dads probably like him in the school system. It take a village, as they say, to raise these children. Do we have anybody else that has any good news that they want to share with the family? Y'all be sure to drop it here in the chat. And I did repost the no assessment companies. There are 2 companies on that link. If you are bilingual is the 2 and 3 are the same company, but 3 is for our bilingual kings and queens. So if you are bilingual, look at number 3 on that list. And on this live stream, I do have 50 companies that provide equipment. All states are included, and some of these are beginner friendly. Leonica, are you still here, Queen? Queen Stephanie is asking. Dixie says, I gave my son a track phone when he was 17, and he had to add minutes on it afterwards or it would get turned off. Hey, that's a good idea. Make them independent. Kiki says the parents wanting to fight the stab. Yep, when they find out that their kids will not graduate. Mm-hmm. Or when their kids is cutting up, they want to fight the teacher. Teresa says, good job, Dixie. Cholet C says, I also had some removed permanently. Oh, wow. They must have been real disrespectful, Cholet C. Leonica says, yes, she is here, Stephanie. But yeah, that's a good idea. Give them a track phone. Make them earn their keep. Because if you run the minutes up, that's it. Do something different. Say my aunt was like Della Reese in Harlem Night. He said born in 1929 like Della. Okay. Teresa said good job, short lady. See. Stephanie says the survey job, does it require a Windows computer for the job or can you use an iMac? Well, that's a good question, Stephanie, because I don't know. But Leonica, she did answer. She said no Macs. So we'll have to be a Windows computer for the survey interviewer. Teresa and Earl, I don't know if y'all like Outbound, but I know both of you guys are in Washington. And the job that Leonica is doing, they are hiring in you guys' state. But again, they do not hire in Florida, Georgia, Texas, and Mississippi. No assessment, no interview. Y'all may want to check it out. Hey, the Battle Zone. Greetings. Good evening. Sholesi says, parents called me begging to let them back on because it was convenient. Oh, yeah, it was inconvenience to them. Yep. I believe that. Earl says, I could not work in the school system. He said he couldn't do the school system. Yeah, because they want to fight Earl. They want to fight the teacher, honey. He said, raise mind to respect adults. The battles on Georgia, anything. Yep, it's a lot of things available in Georgia. What type of remote job are you looking for? Now, I will be talking about 50 in this video, but check our channel. We have a lot of non-phone, no interview, no experience jobs posted. Yep, we only do remote jobs. Teresa says, I would definitely check it out. Okay. Yep, it sounds like a good one, Teresa. Leonica has already made over $1,000 off of the site. And she sent us her payment proof to show us that she actually made it. Look at company number 2 on the list, the Battle Zone. I think they hire in your state. Leonica says no Chromebooks, tablet, iPad, cell phone, or MacBooks are allowed. And also if you have AT&T, I'm going to put it up here, or T-Mobile internet, it is not compatible with the dial. Well, I wonder why, Leonica, that's crazy. It's internet. They might have it blocked, though. Maybe they have it blocked out. Jockey, you got some good news, Queen. She says on Just Play, I got 853. Best Play, I got 760. Clap Find Phone app. I ain't never heard of that one. 7 cents. Money Time, 224 in IQ, 25 cents so far. Well, congratulations, Queen. And Leonica says, congrats, sis. Jockey. Sholeta C says, congrats. Hey, Meek. She says, hi, Carl in chat. The Jockey says, thanks, sis, Leonica. The Sava, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Didn't expect you to still be live. That's because I came on late. I didn't get on till like 9. But I'm about to get off. I've been on almost 2 hours. Almost 2 hours. Meek says, hey, Leonica. Shola says, hey, Meeks. And Leonica says, hey, sis. Lillian says, congrats, Jockey. Kiki says, working at a charter school in the ghetto is the same as working at juvenile. Girl, no. Not the same. Do something different. He said, peace, Battle Zone. A jockey says, thanks, Carl. You welcome, Queen. Lillian says, hey, Meeks. Do something different. Yep, it's on that link. It's the first job on the link, King. That's too funny. Queen of the Bronx, she laughing. Meek says, I just got here. You can't get out. Hey, it's Manny Shay. She says, happy Sunday. Have a great week, everyone. Have a good week, Queen. Leonica says, Clap Fine Phone app is a 3-hour cash out. Okay. She says, pays after PayPal only, similar to Just Play with Cash Out every 3 hours. So is it only on the Android, Leonica, or is it on both devices? Let us know. And I guess Tan, y'all, she's sleeping beauty over there, did not get up. I'm going to get on her tomorrow. I'm like, I know you saw me calling you. You just didn't want to answer their phone. Cholet C said, hey, Meeks. Oh. Earl, you so funny. Earl, you too funny. Earl said, do the yawn for Tan. The Battle Zone, he says, peace, do something different. The Cyber says, Kiki funny, but not funny. Do something different says, I don't see a notification. Leonica says, I know it's for Android, not sure about the iPhone. Okay. Cholet C said, laugh out loud, Earl. It was fun. I'm going to tell her. I'm going to say Earl was checking you. A jockey, she says, thanks, sis, Lillian. Yep, that was too funny. Stephanie says, if it is called Clap to Find the Phone, she said it is on the iPhone. Okay, Queen. Missionary said, Leonica applied when Carl posted it the other day. Haven't saw anything yet. Me says, Tan sleeping in. Right back to Tuesday. She enjoying the long weekend break. Yeah. And since now I don't know if y'all were here, but Tan did do the Excel live stream. Let me see. I think she did it Friday night. I'm gonna go get the stream. So for those of you that were interested in Excel, how to do Excel, she did a beginner friendly live stream Friday night. So y'all be sure to show Tan some love if you are interested in wanting to know more about Excel. I'm going to put the link here so you guys can go back and check out the video while you over there eating that barbecue, them ribs, the catfish, and all that good food tomorrow. Y'all be sure to check out her video. Latoya, she says, thank you, ladies. I hope I said that right, Queen. Meek says, thank goodness, only one more week of school and then summer break. Okay, Meeks, they out up here, child. They got out. Some of them got out Thursday, some got out Friday. The Battle Zone, he says, awesome. Leonica says, you're talking about, for my job, you would get an email from a lady. She says the lady named Michelle Shanice. She says she is in the process of moving, but she is working through the applications. Cholet C says, Meeks, I have not got used to the different name. Right. Leonica says, also the website is a screener if you have a VPN on your computer or you have AT&T and T-Mobile internet, the application will automatically get rejected. What state am I in the Battle Zone? Tennessee. Kiki says, surprise, Walmart potato salad is good. Is it? I never had their potato salad. I have had Kroger's potato salad. Missionary says, okay, I will check. Meek says, I know Sure Lady C. She says, sorry, y'all. She said, it's me, Meeks. Missionary says, I don't have either. So Leonica says, you cannot use the VPN and you cannot have AT&T and T-Mobile internet, or you will be automatically rejected for her job. That sucks. A lot of people got AT&T. Earl says, hi, Meeks. But Miss Shanice, she says she doesn't have either. Well, that's good, Queen. So you'll be able to get in then. Anybody else got any good news before I get to these jobs? Because I have been on here almost 2 hours. Tam might pop on here tomorrow. She'll be off. Missionary says, I have Medicom. I've never heard of that one. Leonica says, okay, keep me updated. I sent my email, even though I can't post the link, Miss Shanice. And Meek says, hi, Earl. So let's get to the jobs. Now, I am not going to sit here and read out 50 jobs, but all of these do provide equipment. There are some beginner-friendly companies on here as well. But they all provide equipment, everybody. Some are high paying. You might have to have a degree or you may have to have some type of skill set. Some of them you do not, beginner, entry level. Some of these are non-phone. A lot of the social media associate ones like 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, I think 35, 36. Those are non-phone. 38, that one may be non-phone, also 39. But just go through the list. If you see something that you are interested in, apply. If you know somebody looking for a remote job, if you see something on the list and you think that they would be a good fit, make sure you guys share the video. Numbers 1 through, I think, 7. I think 1 through 7 is share care. So share care, they do have a lot of different types of remote jobs. And if anybody here works for share care, if you worked for them in the past, let us know in the chat whether it's good, bad, or ugly. We're going to have to take the good with the bad. If the interview process, if it's a hard interview process, or if it's in and out, or if it's multiple interviews, because some of these companies, sometimes they will say, well, you'll be interviewed by HR. Then you have to go through the manager. Then you may have to go through the top supervisor. So sometimes it's multiple interviews. Sometimes it's in and out. Sometimes it's just one. Exam Works, I put them on here. I think they might hire everywhere, I think. But they do have a scheduling coordinator position. 19 to 22 an hour is the pay, Monday through Friday, and you're basically just scheduling appointments. Scheduling and confirm appointments, dates, and times with physicians' offices. Basically it in a nutshell. And with this one, high school diploma equivalent, minimum 1 year related experience or equivalent combination of training and experience in medical office preferred. If you have it, you have it. If you don't, you can still apply. There are a lot of healthcare companies on here, a lot of healthcare jobs on here. Kiki said, what was the last link for remote jobs with free equipment? Yes. Melody says, time sure flies when you are having fun. It does. Thank you, The Battle Zone. He said, I just shared your channel on my Facebook. Thank you so much. We appreciate the share. King, thank you. Earl, stop it. Sure Lacey said, laugh out loud again, Earl. Dixie, no. So we did part-time. Well, we've been really doing a lot of part-time this past week, last week rather. We did part-time on a live. It was one of the lives from last week. Let me see. No, these are full-time. I don't think any of them are offering part-time. I don't think. Let me say that. Because I didn't really look for full-time. I mean, part-time, I was looking for full-time. Yeah, we did part-time last week. So I'll put a link here for the part-time jobs. There are 20 on the list. I do not know if all 20 are still hiring though, because this was some days ago. And sometimes these jobs, they don't stick around. They don't last because there are so many people now, more than ever, that are losing the brick and mortar job. So they want to, of course, work from home. So a lot of these jobs that you guys see, they do not last. If you see the job and then maybe a couple of days go by and you forget to apply, sometimes you have to apply right then, right when you see it, because if you don't, they don't stick around. They are gone. I've seen it happen so many times. And sometimes I'll do videos, and at the time I do the video, the job is available. I'll show the job in the screen. You'll see it. But when by the time it hits the YouTube, is uploaded to YouTube, and you guys get it, it's gone. But if anybody is looking for part-time, search our channel. Also, I have dropped some non-phone part-time today. And this past week, well, not this past week, but last week, a lot of non-phone part-time went up last week. So I did drop it in the chat, Queen. The devil eggs good too. She said that brand potato salad with the devil eggs is good. Okay, Queen, we're gonna have to try that. SD, hey SD. SD says hi. Missionary says okay, thanks. SD says please send the link normal so that it can be accessible. So what you have to do, SD, you have to change your setting to desktop. It's sent normal, but you're on the phone watching the live stream, and if you are, you have to change your settings to desktop so that you can access the link. Sure C says, good night, everyone. Everyone have a great Memorial Day tomorrow. Good night, Sure Lady C. Thank you so much for stopping by. And you have a great Memorial Day tomorrow, Queen. Get you some rest. Nikki says, has anyone been hired with Axion? I read somewhere that they no longer hire for remote data entry workers. Only the ones grandfathered in before 2022 have to double check the year. I don't know, Nikki. I know that LDOT heard back from them when she applied, but I don't know if this was last year or if it was this year. I can't remember because she did tell me that she heard back. She didn't get hired, but they did respond back to her. I think it was last year, Queen. Queen of the Bronx says, good night, y'all. I just got a good survey. All right, girl, from Prolific. Congrats. Have a good night, Leonica. Thank y'all for coming. Sholesi says, hey, Nikki, didn't know you were in here. She says, good night, y'all. Miss Cupcake says, hi, Curl and Chat. Long time no see. I'll watch the live later. Take care. Thank you, Queen. Lisa says, thank you. You're welcome. Melody says, the Walmart baked beans with brisket. Oh my gosh, my favorite for the holiday. Melody, you're going to have me going to Walmart tomorrow trying to find this food. Nigga said, hey, short lady, see I slid in. Laugh out loud. Kiki said, like and share on my Facebook too. Thank you, Queen Kiki, and I appreciate it, Queen. I really do. Dylan says, good night, everyone. Good night, Queen. Ajaka says, I love schnooks. We don't have that here. She said, red potato salad, my favorite to have around this time of the year. We don't have the schnooks and we don't have Publix. It's like some certain cities and certain states have those stores, but in my city, Kroger and Aldi and Save-A-Lot. Helen says good night. Nikki says, okay, I'll try to catch her soon. Good night. Good night. Hadn't heard from L. Nikki. Hadn't seen L. in months. And I tried to reach out to her, but I ain't got no response yet. So I hope and pray that everything is good with her. Knit and Crochet says, good night, everyone. Good night, Queen. SD says, I hope they are seriously hiring because have tried a couple of sites. So SD, let me just break this down to you real quick. It's you versus a million people. Everybody's trying to work from home. So yeah, they could be hiring, but it could be one spot. It could be two spots. It could be three spots. It could be 5. It could be 10. It could be 100. It could be 500. We don't know. We just post the job. So we cannot say whether or not that they are actively hiring for 20 people unless we know. Now, if we know, then we'll say it, but a lot of times we don't know. So if you have been applying, all I can suggest is to keep going, keep sending the resumes, putting in the applications, but in the meantime, get you some side hustle eggs to put in the basket. That is what we teach and preach over here on our channel, because we know we've been working from home for a long time, since 2006. So we kind of know that right now we are living in the times where everybody wants to work from home. Everybody's looking for a remote job. So it's you versus 5, 10, 20,000 people that could be applying to the same job. When we post the jobs here, we got a lot of people that'll come over here on our channel and they will repost what I have posted. So the jobs are, they going around the internet. So they're everywhere. So I'm not the only one posting, just say data entry jobs. If I post 5 data entry jobs, they trust and believe they're going to be reposted on another channel somewhere, either over here on TT, on Facebook, on Lemonade, on X. So just got to keep going and keep filling out those applications and keep pushing. Something will break. You will get a call back from somebody. But in the meantime, get you some side hustles, mystery shops, survey sites. We got a lot of people on here tonight with testimonies. Go back, watch the replay. I'm getting ready to get off, but go back, watch the replay so that you can see the companies that a lot of the kings and queens are doing to bring in income. Some of them do not have a remote job. They're only doing the side gigs and the side hustles to make ends meet. And sometimes we just have to pivot, go in a different direction, and do something different to bring in income. T says good night. Miss Shanice says good night. Leo Love and Laugh says good night. Thank you, Meek. She says like it on your way out. Lisa says thank you for the live. Thank you, Queen. Very informative. I appreciate that. Ajaki says it's in STL. Oh, I was born there, Queen, but I don't live there anymore. I think we moved when I was a kid from there. I want to say maybe like 2 or 3. Stephanie says, we're just now getting Publix here. Okay, Stephanie, look at you. Earl said, night, night. Jock says, okay, no Kroger here, but all these we have. Okay. Do something different says, I'm still looking for a 9 to 5 and pass an assessment. Did a virtual interview Friday. Well, that's good, King. Hey, look at this 50. Look at these 50 companies on this list. You never know. One of them may be for you. Or look at something. You said well, you didn't say part-time, but if anybody here wants the part-time, I just reposted the part-time in the chat. If you want the data entry, I'm going to drop it in the chat, and then I'm going to repost the 50 jobs here in the chat. So take your time, because like I said, it's 50 on here. So take your time, go through the jobs, and then see the ones that you want to apply for. Make sure that the resume is tailored to the job description. Copy your resume, copy the keywords from the job description, put it in ChatGPT. Hey, I need a resume that is tailored to this job description. Alex says, good night, everyone. Have a good night, everyone, and a good Memorial Day. Thank you, King. You as well. Be safe. Jackie says, thanks, Carol, for sharing the jobs. Night, night. Oh, good night, Queen. Melody says, everything is an egg. I love free to and trash. Oh, you're so funny, Queen. Jolene says, good night to all. Have a good week. I always enjoy the live. Thanks, Carol. I guess Tan is in the bed. Yep, she never did wake up. Nikki says, tweak your resume to make it the best it can be for that job description. Give yourself the best possible chance. Your timing is coming. Great motivational comment. Thank you, Queen. For Thorne says, thanks for the info, Carolyn. Great testimonies, great motivation. Good night, y'all. You're welcome, Queen, and thank you. T says, I just came in, laugh out loud, and y'all say, girl, we saying good night. I done been on here for 2 hours. Naomi said, I was late tonight, but I was going to watch what I missed. And good night, everyone. Thank you, Queen Naomi. Melody says, Carl, you rock. Thank you for all the info and the encouragement. Oh, you're welcome, Queen. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody. Thank y'all so much. And I'm going to end this live and get on off of here. I hope you guys have a good Memorial Day. If I'm not doing nothing tomorrow, I'm really not doing anything. I need to stay out them stores is what I need to do. We may pop on here tomorrow. I'll see if, because Tan is off, so I'll see if she wants to come on here, and we may do like a quick live stream. May not stay on for 2 hours, but we may be able to do an hour tomorrow. So watch the replay, guys. If you missed it, we had a lot of awesome testimonies on here tonight from kings and queens that are only doing survey sites, mystery shop sites, task-based sites. And thank y'all so much. And I will see y'all in the next video. Good night, everybody. Y'all have a great holiday. If I don't see you guys on here tomorrow, we don't come on tomorrow. Y'all have a great Memorial holiday. Good night, everyone. Bye.